Your breakfast will never be the same. After learning this recipe, your family will love it. For this recipe we are going to need 2 bananas, which with the help of a fork I am going to mash very well. Tell me below what you usually make for breakfast. I would like to know your recipe. We must mash the bananas very well until we have as few lumps as possible. At this point I will reserve it for later. In a bowl I am going to add 2 eggs at room temperature. Then with the help of a fork I am going to beat it very well until they are broken. Once the eggs are beaten I am going to add the 2 mashed bananas that I had reserved and I will mix again to incorporate it with the eggs. People, this healthy breakfast is super easy to make and it is incredibly delicious. I am sure that everyone will like the result. Now I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of ground oats, but if you don't have ground oats at home you can use whole oats, although I recommend ground oats for the recipe to be better. I'll then add a tablespoon of vanilla, also a tablespoon of white sugar, and I'll mix again to incorporate these ingredients into the mixture. Meanwhile, I'd like to know what country or city you're watching us from so I can send you a special greeting in the next recipe. The greeting in today's recipe is for John Smith from Boston, and Sarah Miller from Florida. Thank you so much for always watching and enjoying our recipes. And so, this is how our mixture should turn out. Next, in a pan add a little oil and I'll spread it very well throughout the pan. Then I'm going to add the mixture that I just made and I'll spread it. If you've come this far looking at today's recipe, that means you're liking this recipe, so leave us the following message below. I like healthy breakfasts so I can send you a very special greeting. Cover the pan and let it cook on low heat for 6 minutes. After 6 minutes, I'll turn it over with a plate, but very carefully so as not to burn ourselves. I'll cover it again and let it cook for 4 minutes. And our healthy breakfast is ready. Once served on the plate, we can add a teaspoon of cinnamon powder and spread it very well on top, although this is optional, but it gives it a delicious flavor. We have made a delicious healthy breakfast with very few ingredients and super fast. I hope you make it at home, but I would like you to rate this recipe from 0 to 10 to know if you like the result. Thank you for watching this recipe until the end. I hope you like the result. Tell me if it is the first time you see one of my recipes, and if so, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube as Recetas con Saber and activate the bell so you can always receive our recipes. A hug and see you in the next recipe.